It's so good to praise the Most High God every day with your whole heart desire. Lift him higher, lift him higher. Holy, 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 yeah. Holy Mount Zion, Bojo, let's sing.
Shalom, Yashara Allah, Shalom, Shalom to the 144K, Shalom to the elect, the lady elect, the man elect, the children elect, Shalom to all the brothers that are, watching it, subscribe and, leave a comment and, email us, there's a Muslim brother that emailed me, telling me about the greatness of Allah and things like that. So probably next week I will get into that spirit, and I will go into the whole thing about the Islam and Muslim and what's going on in the Middle East and that energy basically. Because at the end of the day, Ismail is the child of Abraham. So, and I will bring into some precept and this and that, some Quranic, some surahs, to the brother, so yeah. But today, man, we're gonna go through the spirit. Today is a peculiar day. It's no like specific topic like last time. In regard to Ezekiel 38, I hope that you were edifying. I hope that you can see. And there's an article. I don't know if it's one of the one of the English or British tabloids, who wrote an article about, sweeping, Africa, like going to Africa now, like, but he's been doing that for a long time, but it's just that now it's reaching a new level to the point where the mainstream media has to speak about it, but you will never hear it, on BBC and how do you call it, CBS or whatever, CNN or whatever, because they already have a packaged, how can I say that, a package, historical, brainwashing, tool as far as like, what's going on in the Middle East, because they want you to believe that that's where it will happen. Obviously, the first most important thing, the first most important place in the world is Africa, and second is the Middle East. They made it that way basically. You know what I'm saying? They made it that way. So that's what we're seeing, because you got Africa, and then on the east side of it, northern part of Africa, you got all that thing going on. So if something has to happen in Africa, those places has to be under control anyway. Right? So if the Middle East is under control and that, by whoever, if there's a fight over the Middle East, it's because whoever has control over the Middle East, it will be easy for them to do what they have to do in Africa. But the Africa is where the things will happen. All right, this is where the things will happen. But
not America. Not America.
Well, and I will do a lesson on that as well. America is part of prophecy. Babylon will be hit by the Medes, and the Medes are actually the Russian, because at the children of Japheth, which are the Russian today, so when they say, and I should steer up the Medes, that's what they're talking about. All right, so the Medes are the Russian, and they will go hard on Babylon as well. But I'm talking about as far as Ezekiel 38, when you spoke about, Gog and Magog, going into that land which is called Israel. I just wanted people to understand that it doesn't speak of that state known as the state of Israel, which is the upper Egypt part, all right? Suez Canal, all that place, right? It's not that. It's actually in Africa. And I broke it down. Do you know what I'm saying? And I broke it down. And for those who are supposed to get it, they will get it. But we're going to see. Time will tell. We're going to see what it is. But yeah, all right? So like I say, us, we don't belong to obviously we Church of Yahushua, you know, but we don't belong to no church out there, you know, where we have to be under any doctrine, even if the doctrine, you know, is somewhat not correct. I heard this morning an elder say that the new moon is the dark moon. You know, how can that be? Do you know what I mean? And not how can I say, admonish, you know, humbly admonish brothers out there that are coming to this truth. Don't be, you know, fooled by the number of a camp, or, you know, the spreading of the camp, or the fact that they have camp everywhere. No, you have to look at doctrine. You have to look at doctrine. That, you know what I mean? You have to look at doctrine, man, because you don't want to be rehearsing the righteous act the wrong way. Obviously, you won't be able to correct everything until Yahushua come and correct it and make it perfect for us. But at the same time, you gotta have that unction on you, like he speak. Go to first. Before we do that, man, let's turn to the east, man. Allah, Allah,
Allah, Allah,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashama,
Ba'ashama,
Yahushua,
Yahushua,
Barakatah.
Barakatah.
All right, Abadama, Amashacha, Yahushua, man. May the blood of Yahushua, Amashacha be on us, you know, because we need his blood, man. We can't do it on our own, man.
We'll talk.
All right. So what I was saying, go to him first. I believe I think it's First John 2 and 20. Let's check that out. Let me see what he says. You know, you need to have the unction. All right, you gotta understand. A lot of brothers just do this truth out of, you know, they see someone do it and they want to do it. Just like, you know, you see someone very good at a turntable DJing, and then you buy a set of DJs, decks, yeah. And then you start practicing. Before you know, you out there, you know, you got little gigs here and there doing it, and then you say that you're a DJ and that. Well, maybe you didn't come from the right school. So there are a lot of brothers out there that are teaching, but that they just regurgitating prophet. Basically, they'll go online and pick up, you know, if you say Ezekiel 38, whatever they say about Ezekiel 38, you know, boom, they go with it. You know, if they say that the Gog and Magog is the Esau, they'll go with it. They don't actually do the research to find out things through the spirit. So there's a lot of brothers out there doing the work like that. You know what I mean? Obviously, the Most High will come and correct that. But if you're a new guy and you're thorough, you know, you gotta study yourself to show that self-approved, man. You know, what does he say?
This is 1 John chapter 2, verse 20. Unction. But ye have an unction from the Holy One.
Yeah.
And ye know all things.
Right. So when you say you know all things, it doesn't mean that you have the 100% truth. But clearly you don't, you know. If you say that, you know, the dark moon, I mean the dark moon is the new moon. I mean, come on. You know, it don't make no sense. So you gotta look at that. When you know that the reason why the moon, and I keep saying it, the moon is 3 on the 4th. You know, so before the 4th day, you go 3 days of darkness. That's why you say before everything is dark, everything was darkness. Right? Everything was darkness before the light came. All right? Those 3 days of darkness before the light came. Okay? Before the light came. So that means that at some point in the month, you will have three days of darkness. But that's not when the moon starts. The moon starts when you go that crescent on the west side. On the west side, you go that little crescent on the right, like that bend on the right, on the west side. That's the new moon. So you go learn from the right source and let the Spirit guide you, man. Very, very key, man. All right, don't just follow any people with it. Like, for example, as well, the new moon. You know, the new moon is not a Shabbatha. The only Shabbatha in the new moon is the 7th month, the first day of the 7th month. And that's not even a Shabbatha. It's a Shabbathawana. That Shabbathawana is like, it's like you don't do no servile work. Meaning like you don't work to get paid on that day, but you can cook. All right, you can cook because it's not a holy convocation. Go to number 10 and 10 quickly, since we're talking about that. You know, this is what the Bible tells us as far as the new moon. This is what we're supposed to do. It specifically tells us what we're supposed to do.
All right. This is Numbers chapter 10, verse 10. Also, in the day of your gladness,
Yeah,
and in your solemn days,
yeah.
and in the beginning of your months,
You see, so the beginning of the month, the new moon, carry on,
ye shall blow
right?
with the trumpets.
So this is what we used to do. Every beginning of the month, we used to blow the trumpet. All right, come on.
Ye shall blow with the trumpets over your burnt offerings.
Over your what?
Over your burnt offerings.
Over your burn offering. So that means you gotta burn something.
Yeah.
All right. So the new moon, you have to cook, because how can you? The Shabbatah, it says no fire, but here it says offering. When before you do the offering, you have to burn something, and the offering is actually cooking. You burn, the Levi used to cut the meat and cook it as well. You know what I mean? They first spill the blood, burn some part, and the other one they keep. They used to cook it. So if you're gonna do that, that means you're gonna eat as well. Because if you go and work hard, it's hard work. That tabernacle work. That's why they were very fit. So that means that you're gonna have to eat after, man. You know what I mean? It's an offering after all. So that means that you're going to have to cook, which is contrary to Shabbatah. Shabbatah, no burning, no cooking, no nothing. You cook before, and then you eat it on the Shabbatah, but you don't cook anything. You don't work. But on a new moon, you can cook.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. It's Shabbathawana. All those feast days Shabbatah are Shabbathawana. The only difference, the only similarity with the Shabbatah is the fact that you can't work like to get money. But Shabbathawana, apart from not working, you can cook. But Shabbatah, you can't cook. That's why a lot of brothers in this truth, some brothers say that you can cook in the Shabbatah. That's because they don't put the distinction between the Shabbatah and the Shabbathawana. You gotta go into words. Now get your Apocrypha quickly. Finish
this or?
Yeah, finish it and then go to the Apocrypha quickly, and let's talk about the moon quickly.
And over the sacrifices of your peace offerings, that they may be to you for a memorial before your God.
Right, it's a memorial.
I am the Lord your God.
Right. All right. So the new moon is a memorial. To say, the Most High has, brought forth, a new month. Let's celebrate Him and that. But it's a spiritual thing. And Shabbatah is you staying away from all the pleasure of the world, not working worldly things, and keeping it holy. Obviously you have to keep the Shabbathawana holy, but it's different, right? So when you go to Leviticus 23, I believe verse 20 or 22 or 24, and it tells you on the seventh day of the first day of the seventh month, you have to declare the Shabbatah. It's not a Shabbatah that you keep every 7 days, but it's a Shabbathawana. All right, it's a Shabbathawana, and that's the only day. That's the only first or beginning of the month. That's the only first day in the month where we are told to keep it as a Shabbathawana. But at the other new moon, you blow your trumpet, you keep it, obviously holy and that, but you can cook. So when you say you can't cook, I don't know, man. But yeah, go to Sirach 43 quickly so we can move on.
That's Esther, isn't it?
Yeah. Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 43. Ecclesiasticus 43.
What verse?
Let's try verse 7. What do you say?
From the moon is the sign of the feast.
Yes, I say, read it.
So this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 43, verse 7. From the moon is the sign of feast,
Right.
a light that decreaseth in her perfection.
Right. So the moon is what?
From the moon is the sign of feast.
The moon's a sign for feast. That's why we use the moon to regulate our feast. All right? To fix our feast, to establish our feast. Now, the moon cannot be regulating the Shabbatah, because the Shabbatah is not a feast day. Is the Shabbatah a feast day? No. The moon regulates the feast, like the new moon, the solemn day, like the Passover, all right, the tabernacle, the blowing of the trumpet and that. Those are the feasts. But Shabbatah is not a feast, because in the feast, you're allowed to eat, you know, cook, yeah, cook. That's why I say the Shabbatah one, you can cook actually, but Shabbatah you can't cook. When there's a feast, there's a cookout. But the Shabbatah you can't cook. Why? Because you keep it holy. So you see the difference. So how can the moon establish the Shabbatah? I spoke about that, but I'm trying to help the younger brother in it. I'm trying to help the brothers that are in it that don't understand, that are confused about what's going on. You gotta be your own man in this truth. You gotta let the spirit flow through you in this truth. Because remember, we're in Babylon. Babylon means confusion. Babala. So there's a lot of confusion right now, which is the sign of the time that we're in. The Bible said there should be a fall away first. So that's that fall away. Everything we touch, we corrupt in the end. So you gotta let the spirit flow through you to understand certain things so you can do it right. Don't be a follower. Go quickly to Exodus 23. Go to Exodus 23, man. It tells us this, man. Don't be afraid to be one against the world, you know.
23.
Yes, an Israelite is supposed to be you against the world, not in a bad sense, but you know what I mean. Intellectually, spiritually, you know. Just because everyone eat pork in your area, that doesn't mean you should eat pork. That's what I'm talking about. You know, family, people eat pork, but you don't eat pork. Yeah, that's the first verse. Is that what it's saying? No, the second verse.
It's the sun-dry laws. Exodus chapter 23.
See the bee. Look at the bee, man. Look.
What was it?
Yeah, man. That love the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? He want that honey. Look, he want that honey, man. The new one. He want it, bro. Yeah. That's the spirit right there. Yeah, read it.
It's the sun-dry laws. Exodus chapter 23, verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
Right. Thou shalt, and also, no, I'm not going to say that. Yeah, read it again.
Neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment.
Right. So read it again, Malachi, man. Read it slow.
Exodus chapter 23, verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
Right.
Neither.
See? Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, man. You know what I mean? You gotta let the spirit guide you, not a man, because we got precept of men situation in Israel. A lot of things are said based on, you know, sometimes the ego or sometimes what people think is right. So, you know what I mean? But we have to be able to judge. When you say a judge as well, is the guy that's supposed to, a judge know right from wrong. All right, to judge is not just to rebuke people every corner. You know, a judge is to know what's right and wrong. And if you say that you're a judge and you were evil, you're supposed to know. If you're supposed to look yourself in the mirror and say, "Am I a regurgitating a prophet?" Do you actually do your own research? Have you ever, you know, like you having shower and then boom, something jumps on you, like, and you understand something, like, yo, damn, and you make a lesson out of it? Have you ever done that? Have you done some research to find something? You know what I mean? And sometimes people find something, but what happens is that what they find is contrary to what the leader be saying, but they're scared. But there's a brother in this truth, right? Elder Chazak, we spoke about him when we were talking about Nicodemus. When we were talking about the secret followers of the new wine, and we spoke about Nicodemus, and Jonah Arrhythmia. Yes.
Really, but I think I do.
Yes, right?
Was that in
The first time we came back. Remember, we did the lesson, and then that I couldn't do it like video, so I did it in audio.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
We're talking about that guy, and are you? I mean, Elder Razak, you could be, Nicodemus coming back. You know, I'm not dissing you to say that you don't have the spirit, but it's like it's a code, because you did something in one of your lessons, which I will talk about, and that's very spiritual. You're a wise man. And I'll explain to brother how you did that. And you actually gave me a way to do things as well. You don't have to be coming all gun blazing when you want to pass a message. Let's say you're in a crew, right? And people don't agree with what's right or whatever. And you come all gun blazing. No, man, if you don't know the truth, I'm out. No, sometimes you can use subliminal to teach people. And I believe what you did. But when I go into it, people will understand, man. You know? But anyway, read that.
Neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. Verse 3.
I think that's it, you know.
Alright.
Now, let's go to Malacca. Let's go to Philippians 3. We got a long thing to read, man. Just read it and then we got on going through it. And then, you know what I mean?
What, from the top, yeah?
Yeah, man. Start at 2, though. Philippians 3 and start at 2. We're going to go all the way maybe to 21 or so.
This is the goal of life. Philippians chapter 3 verse 2. Beware of dogs.
Right.
Beware of evil workers. Beware of the concision.
Right.
Verse 3.
Stop there before. So beware of dogs, man. When the Most High say, when you know, when you deal with someone like Paul, man, you go attack it like when you read a literature book. When you read a literature book and the guy say, you know, I went to a place where, you know, people were gray like the sky. You can't just read it like that. Have you ever seen a guy that's gray? No. He's talking about the atmosphere. You know, when something is gray. I remember I used to speak to one guy, you know, a long time ago that I live in France, south of France. You know, south of France is very sunny and that. And I live, you know, and say, yeah, I heard about London, it's nice, but I prefer south of France because, you know, London, you know, England remind me of the grey sky and the cold tea. And I was like, yo, that's poetic, grey sky. Yeah, that's what he said. Grey sky, a cold tea with a biscuit, bro.
It's cold tea.
It's a way of saying it's always cold. You know, when you drink your tea, you want it hot, innit? Right. The fact that the tea is cold, it has to do with the weather. Like, meaning like it's off basically. So, you know what I mean? Something is off. And it's true, the weather put a lot of people off. That's why people are not very animated. You see people that they're like that, they walk like that in the morning, like, you know, because the atmosphere has an impact on your being, you know?
Energy, yeah.
Right. So when you read the Bible, you got to read the Bible like a G, man. Because Paul was a G, bro. How you gonna read the Bible like a simple guy? You gotta be thorough with it, bro. You gotta be thoroughness. Yeah, you gotta read into it. So when he said dogs, you gotta remember. I'll read my little note and I say dogs, right? It means impudent men, right? With feminine traits, which is the spirit of Europa. Obviously, the feminine, you know, of a dog is a bitch. You gotta remember in Europe, and then it's then by extension America, North America. People are very feminine because that's why in Revelation 17 speak about the woman. The woman is Europe, man. And her daughter is the daughter of Babylon. That's America. In the ancient map of Europe, they used to draw like as a woman, a big woman with a big robe, a big scarlet robe or something like that, you know? So the thing is this, yeah? You got I don't know if it's purple or scarlet, but you got to understand there's a feminine energy in this country because Europa goes back to a goddess, the Canaanite goddess, man. So that energy is very feminine. That's why people are very gossiping in this country, very feminine, they're not straightforward and things like that. So that's what we're governed by. So when you come in this truth, if you're not careful, it's the same spirit that will follow you, man. You know, the way people deal, sometimes people deal like, they don't deal with things the right way, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you feel like, am I in the street? Am I in a mafia? What's going on? You know? We go be. So the Most High is teaching us to be men again by reading this Bible, by teaching the Bible, by understanding the Bible, and by making it work in our life, which is not easy. Applying it, right? So there's a strong feminine spirit on the men, of the Western world. A sodomite spirit, which consists of not being straightforward, but instead doing things the sneaky way and being manipulative and going out of the way to use the twisted mind as a peg to hook those around them by imposing the precept of men. All right? And I will read that precept of men before we carry on, because a lot of this truth is based on today. A lot of the doctrine is based on, the precept of men. They come up with their own stuff, man, how they understand it, and they want to impose it on people. We can't, that's witchcraft. You can't impose it. If it's not thus say the Lord, you can't impose it. And I believe, if you break down the Bible properly, even if people don't agree, they'll be like, yeah, that's thorough. Because come on, man, I've been listening to some of the battle rapper. Battle rap is some of the most, complicated form of literature, man. Goes here, goes there. Even rap. Look at someone like Nas and all these conscious rappers, man, they deep. But they can understand that. But you don't understand the Bible. You can understand the Bible. Obviously, yes, the Spirit has to reveal to you certain things, but come on, someone broke it down. Even if you don't believe it, say, yo, that's a thorough breakdown. You know what I mean? So let me read Isaiah. Let me read Isaiah. Are you okay, Malaka, though?
Yeah, man, I'm in the zone right now, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. I like the atmosphere,
Yeah.
It's calm, man. The nature,
You know what I mean? Obviously,
good.
people, I'm trying, like, I'm getting there, bro. There's something about teaching the word, innit? It's just like,
Spiritual, man.
yeah, it's like,
Very spiritual.
so yeah, Isaiah 29:13. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as these people draw near me with their mouth, all right, a lot of teaching, a lot of regurgitating, a lot of regurgitating, all right, that's what's going on, all right, and with the least do honor me, we the Hebrew Israelite, man, we the Israelite, we do the work, right, but have removed the heart far from me, because how do you remove your heart far from the Most High? By staying away from the truth, even if you know it's the truth. There's people that know that the elders, is not saying the truth, but they're gonna come and attack me, saying that, oh, I'm a man follower, that I follow Malaka, the Malaka, when what the Malaka says is truth. Now the Malaka has his own spirit in it, so sometimes he will go hard on things, but I see him. But the doctrine is on point. Him coming and say Africa is West Africa is the land. Come on, man. Just use your head. Didn't we read some precept last time to show them that that's Africa? Use your heart, as the Most High gonna show you in that time that today that where's the land? The land is not some dry land, The land has to be a fruitful land, but that's how you know, based on prophecy, based on what was said in the Bible. Simple.
Common sense.
Common sense. So when you see things like that, and then you trying to tell me something else, and your elders say no, then you follow it. You are now an agent of lie, and what's happening? That your heart is far away from the Most High. Do you think that you're a lot of political minds in this truth? A lot of he's not with us, so we don't believe whatever he say. But it's gonna come back and bite you. But you're dealing with the truth, But have removed the heart far from me, and the fear toward me is taught by the precept of men. You see? And Malaka Dawada, in the Bible, he says that he's able to, conquer or something like that, or beat his adversaries by using the precept of the Most High. So through the precept of the Most High, he's able to conquer his adversaries. But here we're dealing with the precept of men. You can't deal with precept of men. You can't deal with, things that human beings say. When you go in the Bible, you find that it's not it, but you can't change it. You know what I mean? And you can't let people tell you, oh, you know, do not meddle with people that are, you know, subject to change. That's not what he's talking about. The Bible speaks as well, when you read Acts 17 and I believe 20 or 40, I don't know, but he speaks about, you know, he winks our ignorance. So if he winks our ignorance, then you know, why would he stay ignorant? He's winking at your ignorance based on mercy. Because the name Yahweh Shai goes back to mercy. But when you say Yahweh Shai, you can't even, because every character in the Hebrew has a numerical value. By you doing Yahweh Shai, you're not getting there. You can't get there because there's not a sh. There's a sha, which has a numerical value, and there's an I. And he goes back to mercy. What does the Bible say? But I will get to that. I'm just saying, this is one example, man, of how you play yourself in this truth. You know? Now, keep reading Malachi, man. Let's read now. All the way to 21, man. All the way to 21. It's going to be short and sweet.
Verse 3. For we are the circumcision,
Right?
which worship Yahweh
Right.
in the spirit.
Right. So you're circumcised, not only physically circumcised, but you are circumcised in the heart.
Spirit.
Like Paul, man, Paul is a killer. But when Paul came to Yahweh Shai, he now changed everything. He became 100. He was 100% guy, and that's why the Most High, the reason why the Most High used people like Malachi or that, though they did some fucked up shit, and Paul don't use fucked up, because they're real. The Most High deal with real people, because he real himself. So he deals with real people. It's not about the amount of people can sin. No one is perfect, but people like them, they know, like, oh my God, wow, man, I fucked up, man. How can I change it? And when they change it for real. They don't play around like, you know, obviously that like Paul would tell you that he kept on sinning, because he would say, though my spirit is, you know, willing, my flesh is weak.
Yeah.
So that means that he fell short. Yes, but he was real though.
Thorough.
He was thorough.
I mean, he was a murderer.
Right. He wasn't. People tend to forget that he was a murderer, man. So there is now the Most High circumcised him. Carry on.
Yeah. And rejoice in Christ, Yahweh Shai, and have no confidence in the flesh. Though I might also.
When you get to verse 9, tell me, yeah?
Yeah. Verse 4. Though I might also have confidence in the flesh, if any other man thinketh that he hath whereof he might trust in the flesh, I more.
Right.
Verse 5. Circumcised the 8th day of the stock of Israel,
Right.
of the tribe of Benjamin, and Hebrew of the Hebrew.
Right. A Hebrew. You know what I mean by a Hebrew of the Hebrew? They were so zealous in how they conducted that Pharisee spirit. It wasn't even funny, to the point where he was standing right there over the body of Stephen, man. When Stephen got killed, bro. He was there when Stephen was.
Paul.
Yeah, Paul, man. Paul he would take your soul based on what he believed.
Was it before
He was a
came to Christ?
Pharisee, yeah, he was a Pharisee of all Pharisees. He went to the school of law. So he talked about you have to keep sacrificing.
Yeah. I swear down.
Yeah, and you're gonna tell me that Yahweh Shai will come and say, oh, you don't need sacrifice anymore. I will be the sacrifice. I come with grace and mercy, which is his name, right? Because to be saved is to have mercy, because you can't be saved by your deed. You're saved by the mercy of Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? But when when he understood that, he was like, nah, man, I can't do this anymore, man. I'm going to have to keep it real. I didn't know, but then I know how to keep it real. That's why a lot of Israelites don't understand the saying of Paul, because they themselves, if you don't understand the saying of Paul, that's because you yourself, your spirit, you need to check your spirit. That's why Peter said that you need to have the spirit on you to understand Paul. Because Paul was the Most High dropped the energy on Paul. Not only was an intelligent guy from the get-go, he was a ruthless from the get-go, but the spirit was on him, man. So he's letting you know I'm Hebrew of Hebrews, man. But you see, I had now to follow the new thing, which is Yahweh Shai. Alright? So we gotta follow Yahweh Shai, not doctrines of men, not precept of men. Because I'm checking the precept in Israel, and there's a lot of precepts that are wrong. Okay?
And Hebrew of Hebrews as touching the law, a
You
Pharisee.
see that? As touching the law, a Pharisee. And let me tell you something. We got a lot of Pharisees in this truth, bro. We got a lot of Pharisees in this truth. You can be a good Pharisee or a bad Pharisee. You know what I mean? There are good Pharisees out there, but that are stuck with the understanding. That's that Nicodemus spirit. Because they couldn't just understand the flow of the spirit. But Yahweh actually, you have to be born again and say, well, am I supposed to go back into my mother's womb? You understand? So that's what, so when we say Pharisee, don't say, oh, he's wicked. No, that's good Pharisee. It doesn't mean like you're stuck in the law, you're stuck in that, you're a Sadducee. Obviously, you got a wicked Pharisee that are out there making money of the Most High, of the Yahweh Shai energy. And Yahweh Shai can't wait to come back or send one of his elect to kind of slap them like he did in the temple when he came and starting to beat people up because he said, yeah, turn tables. He can't wait to start turning the tables. It's coming very soon. He will start turning the tables. So those Pharisees are doing what they're doing, but you got the Sadducees that don't have the spirit to understand the flow. They understand to a certain level, but not to the level where we are right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, carry on.
Verse 6, concerning zeal, persecuting the church.
See that? A lot of people will persecute the brothers that the Most High is sending in this season to bring out the thorough understanding of the gospel, because gospel has many layers, bringing other layers to it, but they're persecuting the same brothers, because there's sometimes you can be zealous not knowing that you're zealous, for the wrong reason. That's what it is. It doesn't make you an evil guy, just like you're zealous for what you believe in. But what you believe in might not be true because you were giving those understandings.
You're a zealous man, though.
Yeah, I am.
Very zealous.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Definitely. You gotta be zealous to do this work, bro. I mean, what I'm doing right now to come and say that, if you don't understand, you gotta be like, it has to be you. You gotta be born to do this. Because this is a lot of things, It's not everything that we talk about. This is a lot of things. That energy right there is a lot of things that going on in the spiritual realm. Man sleep and see certain things in the spiritual realm. Right? Man is attacked on a daily basis. Man is put in a corner. People around man are in situations. Yeah? So it's not like a easy thing that we're doing like that. No. You know what I mean? It's not an easy thing, but it's the Most High that ordained things. He ordains you to be who you are. Alright? So yeah, read it.
Touching the righteousness.
What verse is that?
6.
Right.
Touching the righteousness which is in the law.
Right?
Blameless. Verse 7.
Man, hey, so Paul was nothing to play with. Paul really, he was killing he thought that he was right. You understand what I'm saying? He wasn't killing because he was a nigger. He was killing because he believed that he was doing the Most High a favor, bro. And that's a dangerous place to be in. And you can murder your brother and destroy your brother because you don't like the spirit that's on him, what the Most High revealed to him. That's why we have to pray and fast to the best of our ability and have like a sober mind. When the Bible says be sober, that's what it means. To be sober is not just being sober as far as the world and the surrounding, but be sober as far as the doctrine. To be able to see clear, to have clarity, to know what's wrong and what's right as a judge. Not to be biased. Because believe you me, biasness is something that we have as Israelites, man. Oh yeah. So now it stick to our skin, man. That's easy, bro. Yeah. We do that all the time.
Touching the righteousness which is in the law, blameless. Verse 7. But what things were gained to me?
Right?
those are counted lost for Christ.
That's it. Hey, a lot of things the Most High show us. You know, there's a lot of things we don't have because of Yahweh Shai, man. There's a lot of things that we don't have because of Yahweh Shai, man. Look, we are the bottom. We basic men, man. You know, we live with basic. I was talking about us being, you know, hills and valleys niggas. It's true. You know, we live off basic, man. You know what I mean? Because our energy is in the valley, our spirit is in the valley and the hill. Because when we tend to go outside of that, that's where things happen to us. That's how the Most High wanted for us. That's why we're hoping that we will be blessed in the kingdom to come. We're hoping that we will be part of the, you know, the number.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's me being humble. So, you know what I mean? Because there is an elect. Whether you like it or not, there is an elect.
Hopefully we're in it, man.
You know what I mean? Yeah, carry on.
Election, sure.
Yeah.
Verse 8. Yea, doubtless, and I count all things, but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Christ Yahweh Shai, my Lord.
Read that part again, man. That's beautiful, man. See, when you read the Bible, you gotta take time.
Yeah.
Because every word means something.
And when you're reading the Bible, try not to rush it. You got to stop time, take a breather, and read it carefully. Like, don't rush when you're reading it.
Yeah.
You might miss something.
A lot of people read it, but there's people that read the Bible more than once. But yet you don't understand certain things.
Yeah, take
What
it
I
in.
tell me,
Yeah.
when they say blessed is he that read, it's not just reading. You could be reading the Bible 100 times and if you and still believe that the land is in the Middle East. Well, the real Middle East is in Africa, by the way. All right? Because when you talk about it, the equator, all right, the Middle East. From that middle, you go to east in Africa. Okay? So if you read the Bible, you don't understand that truth, then you're not blessed by reading it. Or just reading that you're reading a book. You gotta read to understand, to understand.
And the knowledge of the holy ones is understanding.
Right.
Yeah.
The knowledge of the holy ones is understanding.
Knowledge of the holy.
You can't just say, oh, I have knowledge. But do you have the understanding of the knowledge? Because there's people that know that the Israelite, but they think that the Middle East is the land.
And then King Solomon said, with all I get
Yeah.
understanding.
With all that get understanding. Yes. You know, the internet is flooded with the truth today. But do you have the understanding? Do you have the right understanding? You see? So that's where the depth comes in. And that's where humility, because me, I don't mind learning from my brother if I, you know, see in him the truth. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be perfect. But if he tell me the truth, I'm with that. And I'm going to go and study it until I find out, yo, that's where I am. I didn't just take the new one in, though. I study it. And I'm like, yo. But just
awesome,
some, yeah. But some people have quick understanding, which that's what the Bible says when you read, I believe, Isaiah 13, when he talks about it, quick understanding. You know, some brothers have quick understanding. But, like you say, when you read the Bible, take time. One word can take you somewhere else, bro. One word can define the whole thing. You could be in the truth for 5 years, and you're going to read the Bible, and one word in that Bible will open your eyes to something else that you've never seen before. But you can't read it like that. I just have to read it. You can't read it also to be good at just throwing precept. You know all the precept, but yeah, you don't understand the precept.
Yeah.
Come on. Keep on, read that verse 8 again.
Verse 8.
Yeah.
Yea, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Christ Yahweh Shai, my Lord.
You see that? So that's excellence right there. So you should take it very seriously. You shouldn't be a regurgitating prophet, but you should be a prophet. You know what I'm saying? But it's an excellency, man. What we're doing is excellent, man. Paul himself said it is excellent, man. There's power in this thing. There's power in it.
For whom I have suffered the loss of all things.
And that's fine. That's fine. We lost a lot of things. That's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
And do count them, but dung.
Dung, man.
That
we
I
step
may
on
win
it, bro.
in Christ.
I mean, we don't step on dung, but you know what I mean. It's on the floor, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, it's on the floor. It's okay, man. Yes, I lost my wife. So what? Yeah. I don't see my children every day. Yes, it's fine. I don't have the job that I could have had. It's okay. I don't have the woman. It's all right.
It's all right.
It's alright. You know what I mean? We're gonna survive it. For the most, as long as we have the health, we're strong, we have the spirit. You know what I mean? We're gonna have our season, man. Our season is coming, you know? We're just gonna keep the faith till the end. Lord willing, Yahweh Ratazanaka. Read it. Verse 9 now, isn't it?
I mean, within Christ, yeah. Verse 9. And be found in him, not having mine own righteousness.
You see that? Not having your own righteousness, man. What you think is right. Because we got a lot of that going on. The ego trip. You know what I mean? You got to be able to sit down. Because the Most High is watching us, man. Yahweh Shai, the Spirit is in them. You know, we saw that Spirit to Los Angeles, man. He was there, he's around. So he's watching us. Taking note now. You got to take time, be humble, and learn the right doctrine. You know?
Which is of the law.
Which is of the law. Yeah.
But what? Which is through the faith of Yahweh Shai, the righteousness, which is of God, Yahweh heart, by faith.
Right. See, so, and also, you can't do the law, you can't do the work if you don't have faith. To do the work, you gotta have faith.
Yeah.
If your word didn't mean enough to you, you wouldn't come today. You come to because you have faith that what you're doing is an excellent work. Okay, so faith and work goes hand in hand. You got to keep the law through the faith of Yahweh Shai. Because you can't keep the law 100%. That's why you got to keep it through the faith. And what is the faith? The faith is the fact that we believe that Yahweh Shai gave his blood, and as through his blood, our sin are forgiven. And every time we break the law, we have an atonement token, all right, to have again that purity, to be cleansed again. But you gotta keep the law, but you can't keep the law 100%. So Robert said that, oh, you can keep the law 100%. No, that's even ego as well. That's being prideful, man. Come on. The Hebrews of Hebrews couldn't keep the law, and you in Hebrew, and you in Babylon, you were a Babylonish garment, the multicolored one. You're not even, you know, you're a mixture of polyester with fake cotton. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you say that, oh, you think that you can keep the law. Come on. The Bible says the law is spiritual, bro. The law is spiritual, meaning like to keep the law, you got to be on a level, on a certain spiritual level. You know how many demons are around your yard, are in your yard, at work, everywhere, even the women that you with, your children, and you know how many demons are around them. And you think you can keep the law in a Babylonite, you know, system that got set up on demonic actors. You telling me you can keep the law? Come on, man. Be humble, man. Yeah. We need the blood. The Bible says it clearly in Revelation 12 and 11. Through the blood, we were able to overcome our enemy. Not through our own might. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, now let me read it. You finished verse 9, isn't it? Right. So essentially, Apostle Paul is giving free game on how to really be transformed in his walk. He is one that leads by example. He being a persecutor and an enemy of Yahweh Shai, but once he got touched by the Spirit of Yahweh Shai, he switched that energy of being real and 100% in everything, 100% in everything he does, to be fully committed. Also, Apostle Paul is the epitome of being able to leave the old in sincerity, and that's why he's very impactful in his ministry. He was very sincere. The Roman leaven wasn't able to get hold on him, all right, or hold of him. How many of us can brag of being sincere like him? He also received that sense of sacrifice that Yahweh Shai has. He didn't hesitate to put his sex life, all right, and the pleasure that comes with it on the altar of carnality, because when Paul came in, what did he do? Say, no, fund that sex thing, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna live a holy life. I'm gonna let Yahweh Shai. I'm not gonna let woman energy distract me. All right. He also didn't get stuck in that Pharisee mentality. Once the new doctrine was given to him, he obviously fact-checked it. Once he made all the sense in the world to him, he switched. Now imagine how his fellow men felt. They must have called him all type of name, all kind of name, and even started a smear campaign against him. But he has changed. Nothing at all. All right, could stop him. All right, he went forward. All right, so we must learn from Apostle Paul. All right, following blindly a doctrine, you know, because it's popular, it's not thorough. All right, and it's definitely not godlike. All right, and that's very key, man. We gotta understand this thing, bro. All right, we gotta understand this thing. All right, now, let me check something quickly, man. Right now, let's talk about something quickly, man. That you know, go to Malacca, go to drink first, man. We're gonna go to Revelation 21 and 24. But before I go into it, I'd like to mention that I was saying earlier, the elder Razak, man. The elder Razak, he says something that's so powerful, man. You know, so the elder Razak did a lesson. It's called correction. The name of Yahweh, he said Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai, and he was talking about the Yah character. You know when you read Matthew 5 and I believe 17, he say, not, yeah, read it, Malacca, man. Go to Matthew 5 and 17. Read Matthew 5 and 17. He was so clever when, so basically, he spoke about a character, but look at this. He wrote Yahweh, right? So he wrote Yahweh, and then he did the numerical value. And what did he say? 8, right? And what did he write here? What else 8 is? Infinity. Where did he take it from? Who was talking about 8 being infinity? The Malacca. You see? So
like you said, you can't make this up.
Right. So you see, people are learning. It's a GMS elder.
What is that?
The same guy that spoke about the same guy spoke about the Yoruba people.
Is this recently?
Yeah.
See?
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
So he knows. So what he does, instead of coming and saying, look, brothers of GMS, the name is Yahweh. He know that it's going to create contention.
100%.
They're even going to kick him out.
Because if he does that, people are stuck in their ways, isn't it?
Yeah.
It'll be hard for them to change the doctrine that
they're going to kick him out.
Yeah.
They're going to kick him out.
Get out.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but he's clever though. So what he does, as he said, okay, he said he was talking about the Yah. Go and read Matthew 5 and this is how he proceeded. This is how Nicodemus, we're gonna call him Nicodemus. It's not like this, but it's beautiful, man. And I love you, my brother. I love you because you're a thorough brother, man. I like seeing that sort of spirit on brother, man.
What, 16?
Brother is wise. Huh? That's why he's an elder. Matthew 5 and 17. What does he say?
All right. This is the disciples of the world. Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. Verse 18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one lid,
right?
One jot or one title shall in no wise pass from the law.
Right.
So all be fulfilled.
Right. Cool. So one jot, it goes in the Hebrew is yada. Yada, which is the hand. But the yada is a smaller character, right? In the Hebrew alphabet, right? Fine. So he's saying that he was just breaking it down, how it's a small character, how we're supposed to write the name, as well as pronouncing the name right, how we're supposed to write the name. Now, though he's saying Yahweh while he's teaching, and he said Yahweh Shai when he's teaching, he's writing this. I'm going to put it in the edit. So he's putting Yah, Ha, Wa, Ha, and to show them, because a lot of brothers.
But it still says Yahweh.
Yeah. No. That's the technique. Because he's in a group that says Yahweh. But it's like when you sing subliminal, you know what I mean? Right.
It's like,
so only the thorough people will get it. You know what I'm saying? Like he's wise. You know, he's an elder. He's a wise man. Right. He's hidden in plain sight for the initiated. Sometimes you gotta move like that. You understand what I'm saying? That's a very great lesson, man. So it's a very great, lesson about how you did it is powerful. So he said, Yahweh, he's writing it, but he knows that don't brother write Yahweh, they end up pronouncing it Yahweh. So to show them that it's Yahweh, he said, look at the numerical, look at the numerical value, say 26, all right? 26, right? And then you say 2 plus 6 is what? 8. And the 8 is infinity. So he letting you know that the right name is Yahweh, but he can't say that it's Yahweh because he's stuck in the situation. But the Most High got him though. Because the Most High knows that he knows what's going on. And he has a name. See, Elder Razak has the name. Amongst all the GMS, he has the name. And funny enough, when he did a lesson about Nicodemus, we spoke about him talking about Yoruba. So that means he's watching the new one in secret. Because no one broke down that the name is 8 apart from the Church of Yahushua, the Malaka. Okay? That's a fact. Now, he goes back now, talk about Yahushua. Alright? And he said, Yahweh. Now, when he go in, but he write Yahushua though. But now, when he does the numerical value, is what? 4. 4. Can you see 4? And 4 equal what?
Mercy, it says.
You understand what I'm saying? So if you say Yahushua, how are you calling on? And even you try and do Yah, Ha, Wa, and then the SH, sh, and I. You try and see. There's no SH. So if you want to do the numerical value, you gotta put Sha. So it's Yahushua. There's no precept telling us that we should swallow words in the Bible. And also, if you swallow it, you'll be how do you say that? You'll be found short of salvation, because when you dial a number, you gotta dial the number is a code to get to someone. I want to call Malaka Mayama. I need to dial the right number to get it. That's his code. If I miss 1 digit, I'm not gonna get to him. Go to Acts 4 and 12, man. That's what he says. So when he say Yahweh, now you're talking because you're going back to the mercy. Number 4, the mercy of David, the Dalafat, the door, the double door of salvation. That's the reason why Yahushua came through King David. See, everything is coded. So 4 goes back to mercy. You need to say the name right in that day to have the mercy. So the Most High is using Nicodemus. I'm not saying it's Nicodemus. It's just a code word to say the brother understands something. Just like Yahushua. Look at Nicodemus. Though he was a Pharisee, he understood Yahushua. That was so powerful. I had to bring that out, man. Stop following men. Follow the scriptures. Follow the spirit. Follow Yahushua. Follow Yahweh. That's what you're supposed to be doing, man. So yeah, read Acts 4 and 12.
This is Acts chapter 4 verse 12. Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved.
Read that again, man.
Acts 4 and 12. Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved.
Right. Now go to type name in the blue letter. Type name and let's go into the interlinear. I understand something about the name. The name is the code. So you could be quoting, Acts. Because when you speak to this Christian, you tell him that, go to Acts 4 and 12. There's a name. What's the name? It's not Jesus, it's Yahweh, but you don't even say it right.
And the world's got this whole concept of thinking the name of the Lord is Jesus.
Yeah.
But it's like it's a big...
It's like
it's like a big like misdirection.
Right.
Like, let's like, yeah, it's a big misdirection. But those who are woke know it's Yahweh Shai.
Right.
So I went out last Saturday, my parents' birthday, and we had a conversation
Saturday
around
night,
the table.
innit?
Yeah. After,
Yeah, Shabbat,
And then one brother that I was talking to, we were talking about Hebrew Israel,
Right, okay.
and he even said, like, now the woman said that she used the name Yeshua, and the brother, I didn't say nothing yet. The brother then said, the true name is Yahweh, and I was like, my God,
that guy.
like,
That's right.
but those who are woke know the true name.
And I say it right there because you got to say the name right. So now, based on what the brother just said, yeah, when you speak to the Christian, you see that brother say Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
But you say Yahweh Shai. That brother say Yahweh Shai. You, the teacher, the prophet, you say Yahweh Shai. And when we teach you this thing, you want to be a rebel. So you're going to get what's coming to you. The Most High going to come and check you, which is good. A child has to be checked by the father. A student has to be checked by the teacher. So me, I'm trying to, because my shit is hard, man. Like, I walk on concrete shit, like, on a daily basis. Like, I see stuff that make me wonder, wow. So I have to be, you know, like, understanding things real fast, you know. So it's not like I don't play around, but at the same time, if I understand it, I understand it. And I know it's Yahweh Shai. Especially after Elder Razak did that one. No one can tell me that's Yahweh Shai. He said it himself. But he couldn't say it out loud because you not going to condemn him. You not going to say that he's this, is that. You're going to make silly video about him being a reprobate, a false prophet. So he has to do it this way. But the thorough people in this truth will get it, man. Yeah. But I have to say it. I have to say it. Because I know who he is in the spirit. So I have to say it. He doesn't know me. I don't know him. If something is real, I'm backing it 100%. That's how I move. I don't know him. You know? So yeah, what we reading? We go into the name. Yes.
So the outline of biblical usage for name. Number one, name universe. So universe
of proper names. 2.
Number 2, the name is used for everything.
I want you to read just read 2 here, and I say read the whole thing.
So the outline of biblical usage for name. Number 2, the name is used for everything which the name covers.
Oh,
everything, the thought or feeling.
Yahweh Shai covers mercy. Yahweh Shai covers salvation. If you don't say it right, you not getting yourself in a good situation, mate. You know, you got to understand that. It's very important. When I come out here, it's to, you know, say thus say the Lord. I'm not coming out here to be in a club or to be cool with people and this and that. You know what I mean? I come out here to say what's right. So hopefully the thorough one will understand that. That's what I come out here for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everything, the thought or feeling of which is aroused in the mind.
In the mind, carry on.
By mentioning. Hearing. Remembering. The name.
That's it. Yeah. The name. Let's stop it here now. See? So when you say Yahweh Shai, you create something in the spiritual realm, man. You open doors in the spiritual when you say the right name. And that's the reason why Yahweh Shai, people they say, oh man, we want to be out of here. You want to be out of here, but you're not ready to be out of here, man. You're not ready. You don't even know the name. You don't even say the name properly. And you might say like, oh yeah, no, listen. Me personally, my surname, when I go to work, people play with it a lot and I don't like it. And I keep telling them everywhere I went, look, my name is this and that. Simple mistake, because a simple mistake. Imagine you go to do your passport and they make a mistake on your name. You go to the airport, the name that's in the system is different from the name. Even if it's a difference of vowel or letter, it's going to be an issue. You understand what I'm saying? So that is important. So that you best put that app to be the shot, and then I, not sh I. No, what is sh I? What value? Can you tell me what value? What numerical value is sh sh? But the SHA is a numerical value which is 300, I believe. Yeah, I believe 300. You see? So you gotta look. You gotta understand that, man. Yeah. So read now that E. He says, "Oh, you went back. You leave. It's okay. Let me read it. Say, for one ranks authority, interest, pleasure, comment. All right. So it's like you got like a remote control. And when you press certain things, when you got a sky, and you got a remote control. When you press sky, it goes straight to sky. Anyway.
Yeah.
See, that's how it works. As it is above, it is below. All right. So now, as far as like the name, very quickly, I would like to talk about that. Yeah, quickly as far as the name. Yeah. Go to Revelation 21 and 24. Revelation 21 and 24. You know, because there's issue again. I'm not trying to be like, but I'll use that. You know, like what's his name? Assad says something. Yeah.
Assad.
Yeah, he says Assad he used to be in Sakari, innit?
Oh.
He says something about. Obviously, he's going enough these days, but he says something about. Read it, and then I'm gonna break it down.
This is Revelations, chapter 21, verse 24. And the nations of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it, and the king of the earth do bring their glory and honor and into it.
Now, the issue is that he say that, and the nation of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it. He say that these are the heathen nations, all right? Because he says, and the kings of the earth do bring the glory and origin. So talk about when Israel, when he win the kingdom, he say that, you know, when he speaks about the nation, obviously in the Bible, he speaks about, you know, the Bible speaks about, you know, obviously, GMS says that it's you know, nation goes back to like the heathens, the pay, you know, not the heathen, the
Other nation.
no, not the other nation, the other tribe that was called, you know, that were called Gentiles. You know what I mean? Now I want you to go into verse 24 and Bible comparison. Yeah. And when we go into, we go to the German one. Go into German. I found a go into that German, yeah. Copy, paste, go to Google Translate. Yeah?
Copy what?
Copy, paste that German one, that one. Copy, paste it.
Oh, the German one?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Copy, paste it.
Can't.
You can't copy it.
No, I won't. I can't replace you. Copy what?
You can't copy it. Okay, let me do it.
You try and do it.
Yeah, let's do a little exercise, man. It was very interesting what he said. You know, I believe that it goes into two. It's like it's too early with that thing. He talks about the nation as far as like the Gentile, the people that came back. You know, the degenerate vine, but it speaks as well of the other nation. Why do I say that? Because there is a level of salvation. Go to Revelation. I'll put that translation in the edit. I'll do a little section for that. Go to Micah. Go to Micah 4 and 2. So in that German translation was very interesting. Sorry. You know, it says something. It spoke about the pagan nation or something like that. And I'm like, okay, the pagan nations. Okay, who does it speak about? But then again, I'd like to say something about that as well. It's like GMS say that we don't need Eve, meaning like the Israelite woman, the black woman, or Eve in general, to repopulate in the kingdom.
Why
We can
not?
have sex with these other nations and that. Okay, so you're gonna have sex in the other nation and have children with them. Don't you think that they're gonna be in the kingdom as well? So why 1 minute you want to have sex with the other nation, and then you don't want some sort of salvation? And I will show you the salvation of the other nation. Read it.
Gotta
You see the
love
salvation
Eve,
of the
though,
other
innit?
nation.
Gotta love Eve, man.
Yeah, but they don't love Eve, man. They don't. They have that spirit on them. They don't love Eve.
Well, the leaders of
Because
us.
they say Eve is wicked and this, but they're forgetting that Eve is wicked because of them. Because they are the leaders, you know. But that's Hosea 4:12 on down. Yeah, read
For what?
4 and 2.
Alright, this is the peaceful latter days. Micah chapter 4 verse 2. And many nations shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord and to the house
So
of
when
the...
he say many nations shall come, what does he talk about, man? I would like to ask a question to brothers. If in Revelation, I'm not saying Revelation 20 and 24 talks about exclusively or only about the other nation. I'm just saying it's about those who were saved, us, the Gentile that became the Israelite that became Gentile, that came back into the circumcision and were found, you know, the salvation. And what he speaks about as well, the other nation. And I say that they have some sort of salvation, and this is their salvation by coming under us and learning the gospel, learning how to be, learning really. That's the salvation. That's how they're gonna be around us.
Wow.
Because Jerusalem will be open. They will bring gifts, a lot of things. But by doing that, they will want to learn from us. Unless we teach them on Zoom. They say over there they will teach them on Zoom. I don't think it will happen. It can happen, but my point is they will come around. They will be around. That's what it means by that, basically. It's not that deep, man. Read it.
I'm going to read it again. The peaceful latter days. Micah chapter 4 verse 2. And many nations shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord,
Right?
and the house of the God of Jacob.
Right. Or the house of, so that means it's heathen nations that are coming to us. Carry on.
And he will teach us
And he will teach us.
of his ways.
Right. So when you read Revelation 20 and 4, that's partly what it speaks about.
And we will walk in his paths,
Right.
for the Lord shall go forth of Zion,
Right.
and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
Right. So they will come around us. We will be the center of attraction in the world, just like Africa is the center of the world. The same way they come and want to take everything from us, is the same way they will come, but this time we will take everything from them. And we will tell them everything, what they're supposed to do. All right? So read Isaiah 2 and 3 as well. Isaiah 2 and 3.
All right.
We're almost done after that.
Yahweh's universal reign. Isaiah chapter 2 verse 3. And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob.
Right.
And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths.
That's it, man.
For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. It's the same thing.
Yeah, so by them being, it's a form of salvation, right? Just like when Israel was in Egypt, they came out with Egyptian women as well, you know. The Ishmaelitish boy that blasphemed against the name of the Most High. What was his his mom was an Egyptian. So that means there was a lot of Egyptian women in the wilderness with us. Obviously, at some point when you read, I believe, Numbers 34, they got wiped out. But the children, like us, we are a mixture of Ham and Jacob and the 12 tribe. Because the 12 tribe had to have sex with women for us to come forth.
But when the Shemites, the Egyptian women,
Huh?
Shemites.
No, Shemite. No, Egyptian women are Hamite. The Shemite would be like the Ethiopian, the Eritrean, even
In that
Moses.
same side, like east.
Yes, same side, same people. Like when, you know, like Laban, like Rachel and Leah, they were Shemite. They were Syrian. Syrian at East Africa. The real Aramean are not are not the Kim Kardashian. The real Aramean are in Africa, man.
Shemites.
Shemite people from Africa. Everything started in Africa and then spread out after a while. So when you talk about ancient nation, you talk about Africa, right? So I say this. It is said among the churches that we do not need Eve to repopulate Israel in the kingdom, because a lot of brethren in the circumcision do teach that we can sex the heathen woman. So let us use this analogy. Well, if the elect man decided to get a heathen lady to repopulate instead of Eve, then that means that the woman will find a degree of salvation through him. Because I'm sure the daughters of Shiloh, whom the Benjamites married in order to repopulate, got in covenant with them, thereby becoming one with the nation of Israel. Like we told before, Israel became a nation by taking first the Canaanite woman, then Egyptian woman, and the Shemite woman, right? When we left Egypt, some Egyptian women came out with us. And so in a way, they found a degree of salvation, right? So same principle apply in Revelation 21 and 24. Consequently, the family of that heathen woman will cleave on that Israelite, and that will be the salvation. All right? So it's just like we gotta be thorough, man, with this thing. We can't be one dimension. So when Assad was saying it, and the problem with Assad, maybe he find it hard to as articulate as he is, and you know, a great teacher. But that's why when you don't have a certain level of the spirit, you don't know how to bring out things. So he said it, but he didn't say it the right way, and it jumped on him. But maybe that's what he meant, and I agree with that. I agree that there will be a degree of salvation with the people, especially if we take that analogy that we can have sex with all those other nations. When you have baby with them to repopulate, are you going to chase away the women after that? It don't work like that.
Like what Abraham did with Hagar, innit?
Yeah.
Sarah said.
And that wasn't even the right thing to do, but they did that. But that was part of prophecy. My point is this: in the kingdom, if you have sex with a Canaanite and you have a child with her, that boy is an Israelite, but he got his mom, so his mom will be around. You know, she will be a concubine, just like, you know, King Solomon had 700 concubines and 300 wives, meaning women of every nation. Now, some brothers will say that we don't need to do that in the kingdom, but if the Most High declare the end from the beginning, so that means we did the same thing in Egypt. We had to have sex with these heathen women to become thing. Now we got plenty of Eve, but if a man wanna play with a Canaanite, you wanna play with the other nation, and that I don't know about the Edomite, but you wanna play, because the Edomite, they're gonna pay us for what they did to us, so they're gonna be in the same condition. But them other nation will pay tribute and we want to learn with us. So if I want to take a little concubine on the side and I give her a child and he's an Israelite, that means the concubine will be around. Therefore, that's why I say that, you know, Israel, Jerusalem will be open, it won't be closed, because the other nation will come in continuously, you know, to give us tribute, to work for us, and the women will be taken. Because in war, women are spoils of war, man. The bounties. All right, so that's how deep this gospel goes, man. But hopefully you were edified. You know, we're gonna turn to the east. Kala alala,
Allah, halala,
Yahawaha,
Yahawaha,
Bashama,
Bashama,
Yahusha'ai,
Yasha'ai,
Baraka Afa,
Baka Atha,
Wama Yashara Allah.
Kwame Shwala.